What's up, everyone? Chris Record here. It is Thursday, October 26th, and it is day 4 of the Viral Clipping Academy. If you are watching on demand right now, if you're watching the replay, I encourage you, show up live. We just spent like an hour interviewing top affiliates who are making money, sharing success stories, and revealing some of the new things that are about to be released inside of our organization that are amazing. Join the pregame. Join the pregame. It is lots of fun, and it's just a great community, and it's just like a family vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very good family vibe. So with that being said, what I'm going to do today is I want to pick up where we left off yesterday. So day 3 and day 2, I was grabbing clips off of YouTube, and then I was essentially grabbing the full YouTube like podcast, and I was finding little clips inside of them and going through. So I want to do the same thing today, but every day I want to add a twist to it. Today, what I want to do is I actually want to grab a clip out of the Atlas Academy. I figured this is a great section for us to learn how to clip as well. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and come on over here, and I'm going to share my screen. Give me just a second. I got everybody here in the background. I'm going to take you guys and put you over here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to have some fun with it today. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually unshare and share again because I want to click the share sound and optimize for video. People were saying they couldn't hear stuff last time, and so I'm going to actually I'm going to do it again. One more time. Desktop 2, share, and we should be good. Okay, so in today's episode, I want to introduce you over here to the Builders tab. Now, inside of the Builders tab, so we have, week 1, Affiliate Marketing Academy, week 2, Paid Traffic Academy, week 3, Faceless Content, and so on and so forth, right? All of these different academies that we do, you can actually go in to any one of them. Let's say Affiliate Marketing Academy right here. You can go into any one of them, and underneath the video, there's a link to be able to download the episode, right? So let's go down again. Look at this, link to download the episode. So whenever you go to any one of these episodes, you just click on this. It's going to open up a new tab, and it's going to bring you to a Google Drive file, right? And then there should just be a simple link to be able to download the file, just like that. It's too big to be able to, it's 3.4 gigs, this one. So it's too big to be able to scan, so you're going to have to go through and download that anyways. But those are all of the files. Of course, you can use another tool if you want. We're just trying to make it as easy as possible. Okay, here's another one, Affiliate Marketing Academy. And if you want to know what it's about first, you can kind of get like an idea here, like income producing activities, how to transition from learning to doing, 3C formula, insights on how to segment list. So I try to do a good job of at least summarizing what's in here so you can have an idea. Okay, and so same thing, we go to another one. Let's go down to Faceless Content Academy. And in Faceless Content Academy, it's a similar structure, right? In this one, I've got bullet points though. So like what we covered in episode 1. What is faceless marketing? Examples, faceless channels, other people's content, 4 main obstacles that block our success, all this kind of stuff. So let's just say, I don't know, this one right here is standing out to me. The 4 main obstacles that block our success. So maybe what we want to do is maybe we want to just grab that, okay? That little section. Now in the future, keep in mind, I'm doing all this myself, but in the future, maybe I'll be able to timestamp these. But right now, I'm just glad to be able to get these up, right? So let's go ahead and let's click here to download this episode. And let's go over here to download. And let's see, it's 2.3 gigs. Let's download it. And we're going to go ahead and just download it, just as is. Episode 1, Faceless Content Academy, a 2.3 gig file. Now on my Mac, I've got a little download screen right here, which kind of shows that it's downloading. Right there. So when that is complete, then we'll be able to use it. Now, while we're waiting for that to load, I'm going to go ahead and open up CapCut as well. So that way we'll kind of get CapCut ready, and we'll kind of start a new project for CapCut. And we'll put this over here as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and just move to CapCut for this example. Now, and maybe what I'll do is I'll show you a few different ways to be able to do this. But the first thing we need to see here, that's how much longer it takes for it to download. So depending on your internet service, this might take, anywhere from a minute, which is probably how long it's going to take here, all the way to maybe even 5 minutes. Now, I do recommend On a side note, if you have an external hard drive, I recommend downloading these to an external. Right now for this example, I'm just downloading it to my downloads folder, but you can download it to an external hard drive. Another thing I recommend doing is getting a whole bunch of downloads going at the same time. So essentially what you could do is you can go in and download all 5 episodes from a week into an external hard drive folder and just then go have some food or something like that. Or go downstairs and make some hot tea or whatever it is you might do. Okay, that way you can get all that stuff just kind of going in advance. So essentially what I've got is I brought it over to my downloads and we're just going to drag it right in here as a project. So this is what that episode looks like. Faceless Content Academy, episode 1. And so now what we're going to be able to do is drag it down here. Okay, now can this kind of stuff be done on mobile and stuff like that? Yeah, you could do a lot of this on the phone, but for this type of work, it's just 10 times faster on a computer. But then once you clip the individual clips, once you kind of have the clips going, then you can actually do a lot of editing on your phone if you guys like using the phone app and stuff like that. So now this what I'm doing right here is called scrubbing. Scrubbing is where you take the cursor right here and you scrub through the whole video, right? So let's kind of see what we get just from scrubbing really quick. We can kind of start from the beginning here. We don't need to press play. We just need to grab this little cursor and scrub. So it looks like I start by going through a slideshow. So part 1 is a slideshow. Then I draw out these 4 biggest obstacles up here. And then it looks like I talk about those for a while. And then it looks like I go on to Instagram and I show some examples of some content. And then I'm still on Instagram. Then I go back to some more slides. Okay, I'm still scrubbing. Then I go into a niching down section. Then I go into some keyword research. I'm still niching down. Okay, more niching down, a whole big niching down section, niche examples. Okay, and then I go into bridge marketing. And then I go into, finding affiliate offers and monetizing and stuff like that. Then I go into a whole entire, like a nice faceless marketing strategy right there. Kind of keep going. Okay, I got a whole big faceless marketing strategy. And then after that, I go into Midjourney and create some graphics. Okay, keep scrubbing. Then I have a whole Midjourney session here. Then after the Midjourney, I'm scrubbing kind of slow, just looking. Then I go in and I go into, again, showing an AI video tool, showing an AI video that teaches you how to do it. And then I do a wrap up. And then I do a music video. Okay, so if I'm scrubbing, what I might do is I might just take my own notes. I bet there's about 10 things in there. There's probably about 10 individual clips. And the first thing that I would probably do if I was you is I would take this clip, kind of zoom in a little bit, and what I would do is I would try to figure out where the start and stop of all these are. So see how I'm going through the slides and then I go into 4 biggest obstacles. I'm going to try to look for where that transition occurs. Okay? So we're going to kind of like just zoom in really quick. I like to zoom in so I can see the audio files, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just play from like right here and kind of listen to see if there's a stop to that first section with all the slides.
Like that, where people know you. And then over here, you have these multiple brands that are generic and no one even knows it's you. Now, one of the huge benefits of
so maybe where no one knows it's you.
Facebook, your Twitter, stuff like that, where people know you. And then over here, you have these multiple brands that are generic and no one even knows it's you.
Okay, so even though I keep talking, that to me seems like a pretty good closing spot, right? Where no one even knows it's you. So what I'll probably do is just put like a cut right there. Now, the very first thing I have is I have this initial first part, which is probably an introduction to the faceless content concept. And I go through these different things right here, right? What is faceless marketing? Okay, all that kind of stuff, right? And then I go into 4 biggest obstacles. So let's go ahead and listen from the beginning.
What's up, everyone? Chris Record here, and welcome to Faceless Content Academy, episode number 1.
Okay, so let's start with just this clip here. This clip, if we go from the beginning, if we go to the beginning and put an I marker, and we go press the down arrow, and then O marker. This clip right here is 3.5 minutes long. So first things first, just this clip right here, if all I did was just call this, we can just go ahead and, we don't even need to, we're just going to call this episode 1. Let's call this one, let's just name this episode 1 Faceless Content Academy, okay? Name it something up on the top so we know what it is, right? Episode 1 Faceless Content Academy. Now, when you mark an in point and an out point, like this one right here, I go to the beginning, mark an in, then I press the down arrow and it jumps to where I made that cut. And then I mark an out arrow. That means if I export right now, it's only going to export this. So the very first thing that I could do is I could hit the export button right here. And I could just name this, I could say, I could say like, let's say 3.5 minute intro to Faceless Content Academy. Export it in 1080, choose where you want to save it, and then export. Okay, so let's just start with this right here as an example of a starting point. And so now, the very first thing I might do is I know, okay, I've at least got this little clip right here.
What's up, everyone? Chris
there it
Becker
is.
Here, and welcome.
And I don't need this TikTok version of it. I'm just going to click open folder, and then it's going to open another folder. Then I'm just going to click cancel because I don't really need the TikTok version of it. Just this clip alone already has some use case, okay? Already has some use case, right? So what is the use case that I could use for this clip? I could tease this. It's a 3.5 minute intro that I could basically give away as a free video in my DMs. People could contact me. I could give away a free video, stuff like that. And I don't really need to do any editing to this. It just automatically just kind of ends, right? That's one thing that I could do. Now, another thing I could do, I'm gonna go all the way over here to the end of this whole entire video, right? Another thing that I could do is I'm gonna go ahead and take that video that I just exported right now. I'm gonna take that one that I just literally did. I called it 3.5 minute intro, and I'm gonna bring it in there. This is the one that I just exported. I just exported it and I brought it right back in. I could always create a new file with this. I could create a new video if I wanted to. Let's go ahead and put it up here. So now if I wanted to, I could actually start working on this file right here. I can make a whole new video out of this one if I wanted, okay? And what I could do is right when it gets to the end.
Stuff like that, where people know you. And then over here, you have these multiple brands that are generic and no one even knows it's you. Now, one of the huge...
Okay, so where no one even knows it's you. So what I forgot to cut at the right spot there.
That are generic and no one even knows it's you.
Okay, I definitely cut at the wrong spot, but I'm not gonna get mad at myself for that. I was live and I wasn't listening. Okay, so the video ends right there, right? Now, what I could do right here at the end of that video is I could go over to text and add some text like this, or I could go to effects and add some text like that, or go to text templates and add some text like this. So the very first thing I could do is I can kind of say, okay, is there a cool like kind of text template? I can kind of scroll through these and kind of look at them and see if there's something that I think is like, maybe there's something here that's really cool. I'm just kind of going through. You guys will notice if you guys are in the, if you're in the ads mastermind, you'll kind of notice I do these kind of things in them. I use a lot of these like little text templates. And kind of see the different ideas and kind of see if there's something that would work as a call to action. So at the end of somebody watching a video like this, you need some type of call to action. You're just scrolling through, putting your mouse over. Now, let's just use one. Now, if you've never used it before, it's gonna have a little download arrow on it. You're gonna go ahead and click this download arrow, and now it's available, and now you just hit the plus, and it automatically added it. So let's see what this looks like at the end.
Even knows it's you.
Okay, there we go. That would be a nice like little slide for the pregame show, by the way. I should kind of consider that. Where no one even knows, I'm gonna play it once more. Where no one even
knows it's you.
Boom. So now we got this text that's coming in, and now we can work with this file, right? So it says warm-up game, right? So it could say something like, you could do like DM me for the full video, okay? Something like that, or whatever it is. This would be considered a call to action. I'm not saying to use that one. I just want to try to teach right now and not have to think so much about the perfect copy.
It knows it's you.
DM for the full video. Okay, so again, or you can put something like a website. So let's say full video available at chrisrecord.biz or whatever, right? And then you kind of go, okay, maybe I'm getting a little bit too big, so let's scale it down a little bit, just like that, right? So you can kind of just do whatever, right? You can just add a call to action. And then you might say, okay, how long do I want that to stay up? So what you would do is you would drag this open quite wide. Okay, let's make it like that wide. And then let's just kind of look for a part that kind of feels like a nice stop for it.
You got your own personal brand over here. That's like your Facebook, your Twitter, stuff like that.
I'm playing this part for context so you kind of know the flow of the video.
People know you. And then over here, you have these multiple brands that are generic and no one even knows it's you.
Okay, so you've had time to read it, and that's probably enough right there. So you can kind of just feel it out, and then boom. And then let's just go ahead and cut that out. Okay, so now you got a call to action at the end. So right here, we just created this little clip. Now I could have done this in a whole new project. I could have gone up here, File, New Project, and done this in a new project. I'm doing the same project over here just to kind of show you that you can also do it this way, right? Because you could always just mark an in point, and then you would go to the end of it and mark an out point. And now you're kind of working with this individual file, right? So what else can we do to this? Now, we could just take this whole thing out. One thing that we could do is we could just ditch this. This will make it even easier. Now that we know we've already got the clip we want to use out of this, we could just delete everything. And we could take this, and we could literally just take this and just drag it all way over to the beginning. So just like it's a new clip, right? So now we just kind of have it as its own. Now this is the only thing in the file.
What's up, everyone? Chris Record here, and welcome to...
Okay, and then we got at the end the call to action. Full video available. Okay, so now let's do a couple things to this really quick. Let's go over here, and let's go ahead and do auto captions. Just like this. Let's go ahead and create auto captions and let this thing do its magic in the background. And again, this is just one example. If I have time, I'm going to run through a few of them. And again, this is a wide example. I'm not necessarily showing you one for TikTok right now. I'm showing you one that would maybe be used for a teaser. Now, look at all of these captions that just got put up, right? So while they're all highlighted, I'm going to try to go to one that's, I'm going to scrub through and try to find one that has like a lot of text on it like that. Okay, so now I got one visible. They're all highlighted, right? So now let's go over here. Let's mess with these captions really quick. Choose whatever captions kind of you're going with. I usually go with the same stuff. Montserrat, bold, caps, and usually I'll make it like a little bit bigger, like that. And then usually I'll find some type of I'll go through these and kind of just see which one I want to use for this video. I want to try to make it somewhat readable. That one I think would be pretty good. This yellow background, I think that's looking pretty readable. White background is also looking pretty good. Let's see. I'm kind of in the error between. I think it's going to look good with one of these backgrounds. Okay, let's just go with this yellow one just for the case study of quickly going through this. Okay, and then let's just go see if there's anything else we should do. Let's just see what happens if we start clicking stuff. Stroke made it too wild, right? And maybe if we change the color, maybe it'll look good. No, I think it's kind of looking busy. So let's ditch that, okay? Let's just leave it. So there's the background. If we wanted to, maybe we make it a little bit, maybe we mess with a little bit of like an off yellow, kind of like make it blend in with the background a little bit more, like kind of see how, kind of fading this over, it kind of looks like a little bit of an orange, kind of like that background color. Maybe that looks a little bit better. You can kind of mess with these if you want. Opacity would get rid of the background. So maybe you're like, instead of full, maybe like a little 90% might look good. You can kind of play with it, 80%. Make sure it's still readable though if you're going to do it. Let's leave it at 70 just so we can kind of get it. Rounded rectangle, right? So you can actually round the corners. Let's do like a little bit of a rounded, just nothing much. And you kind of just start to mess with this stuff. You can always just click around and see what happens. Glow looks pretty bad. Shadow looks bad. I don't really want to mess with those because I don't really feel like they're improving anything. So I think this is fine. And once you kind of notice they're all highlighted. So since they're all highlighted, you're using all of them. Now you'll notice here's a long one, but because it's kind of this block style with the yellow background, I think it looks fine. And it's not really like overwhelming the video or anything like that. So let's go ahead now and just click off of them. Now they're not all highlighted again. And let's just really quickly watch from the beginning and just see if these captions like look fine as is.
What's up, everyone? Chris Record here, and welcome to Faceless Content Academy episode number 1. Today is the kickoff. We have a ton of people on live with us, and today we're going...
Okay, I think it looks fine. Now, another little secret that I like to do with captions, if you guys remember from the last video, again, you can highlight them all, right? I just highlighted them all. And now let's go to the beginning and let's zoom in a lot and let's go way back to the beginning. Notice that there's usually a little space here. So this is another little secret that I haven't taught yet that I do like to do. So when CapCut reads the captions, they're usually reading the caption, they're usually displaying the captions like right when the word is said. But it's a little bit easier for the user to follow along if this word comes a little bit earlier. Like if this caption came on like right here maybe, it'd be a little easier to be able to follow along. But the problem is you don't want to do that for 100 captions, right? So instead, if you just highlight them all and zoom into the beginning, I could just drag them all a little bit to the left like this. Okay? So now let's just go ahead, keep them all highlighted. Let's go ahead and play and see if it worked.
What's up, everyone? Chris Record here, and welcome to...
Can you guys already tell? It's already flowing a little bit better.
Faceless Content Academy episode number 1. Today,
the caption comes just a little bit sooner. And to me, that just improved it really, really, really simple, right? So that's just something very, very simple. Now, another thing that we could do is these blank spaces. Now, this kind of comes up if you have time. Right? So if you have time, the way to get rid of these blank spaces, I don't know if we're going to do it all right now. You zoom in just enough where you can kind of see, and you just start hitting the down arrow, and you hit the down arrow until you see a little thing like this. And in this case, we're just going to bring the right to the left on each of these. And we're just going to do it a few times. It doesn't have to be perfect. Worst case is the word is just coming in a little bit too soon. So I could just quickly go through and see I'm just pressing the down arrow, and I'm just grabbing these. Now, if this were a video I was actually going to use, I would do this. I would actually do this. That's why I'm showing you. Now, because I'm live right now and there's a lot of things to show you, I don't know if I'm going to do this for the whole video. I'm going to do this for a few just to kind of show you how fast it really is. See, look, 90% of them I don't even need to worry about, right? 90% or nothing. But that's something that I actually would do. Okay, I would go through like that. Down, down, down. And I just think that that's going to also improve the readability. Now, that's enough for this example. Okay, so I'm going to kind of tighten those up. Okay, so now let's go ahead and zoom out. Okay, you notice there was a few more in here that I could do all over the place, but let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And then let's again go back to the beginning. Let's kind of play it really quick, kind of get a feel for this.
What's up, everyone? Chris Record here, and welcome to Faceless...
You guys, I already like the flow of this a lot better. It's already, to me, improving. Just having these captions is already starting to improve the value of the video.
Content Academy episode number 1.
Okay, so some cool stuff there. Now, this video already has a filter on it, but a lot of videos don't, but this video already does. But let's just see really quick, if we click filters and put the mouse over, we can kind of preview a few of these filters really quick, and we can kind of see if there's anything that maybe jumps out at us as like something that just looks really clean right out the gate. Okay, so like this one right here, this Florida one. So let's just really quickly mess with this one. I'm going to go ahead and add it. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the strength and move it down to 0. Okay, so this is the current clip. Strength 0. Now I'm going to slowly scroll up to see if this Florida, if I kind of make it, I'm just trying to pop the oranges a little bit more. See, if I go too much, that's too much orange, right? So I'll kind of scrub back and forth. I don't want to make it too weird. But I think like I could probably add a filter of like 10, okay, 11. That's just a slight filter. And then what I'll do is I'll drag this open. Now you could always just like scroll to right. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit and just drag it up all the way to the end, right there to the last caption. Boom, snap. And if it's not snapping like that, you got to turn on your snapping over here, right? Make sure this is lit. So now I've got a filter on it as well, kind of slowly starting to improve it. Okay, now another thing we might want to do is we might want to add some music. Now, CapCut does have a library of audio, but their audio is generally very short. We need like 3.5 minutes worth of music. And so what I'll usually do to add music is I will go over to, and I'll provide a link to this below the video, but I'll actually go over to, sorry, this is I'll provide a link to this right here. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see. Manage my tracks. Log in. Okay, hold on. I think it logged me out. Okay, there we go. I'm logged in. All right. So I use this tool here to be able to generate tracks, right? So you can go ahead and generate a track. And what you're looking for is in this case, I'm going to make an AI music track. Let's make it 3 minutes and 45 seconds. That's fine. So I'll make an AI music track, and I can type in some keywords, or I can select like a genre or a mood, or an activity. So you kind of look at, here's the activities. Are you running? Are you chilling out? What are you doing? Is it a battle game, a science fiction game? Is it ambient background noise? Moods? Is it calm, beautiful, celebrating, dreamy, energizing? Maybe we'll try some energizing. Let's just try real quick, motivation. So we're gonna go ahead and click motivation, track, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Now, I do have a subscription to this tool, so this is optional. You do not need to use this, but just as an example, I wanted to be able to show you that you could actually just create. I like creating AI background music, but another idea is you could also go to like YouTube and do copyright-free music, and also you can grab some music out of CapCut itself. So inside of CapCut, there will be some audio categories and stuff like that you can be able to choose some music and stuff like that. In this example, I just think it'd be fun to generate a track. So we just generated moods, energizing, motivation, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's quickly listen to this. Okay, so if we want to use that, we just click the download button, and then it saves it over to my downloads. Okay, so now I'm inside of my downloads, and it's saving it inside of my downloads, right? So it's gotta be able to get there. It's gonna take maybe, 30 seconds or something like that. But the reason I like AI music is just because it's completely copyright free and it just takes seconds. Like you guys are watching me do this in real time. So I just really like stuff like that. And I'll provide a link below the video to be able to get music like that. So there, I just downloaded the audio file. So now I'm gonna go back over to CapCut. I'm gonna go over to my media. And then what I'm gonna do is go on my computer to my downloads folder where I just literally grabbed that. And I'm gonna drag that over into my media. There it is. And I'm gonna drag that underneath. So now I've got this underneath. So let's go ahead and play it. Clearly you cannot hear me. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is click on this, and we're gonna lower this a lot. Let's just go all the way down to -30, just to get it really, really, really low, and start there.
What's up everyone, Chris Record here, and welcome to Face.
So you guys probably can't even hear this. So let's go to the beginning, and let's see really quick and try to see if we can get a good starting point. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit louder for this, just to kind of give you maybe like that, just so we can kind of see these sound wave files, right? So here we are, we're right there in the beginning, and if we kind of look at the beginning of the song, we'll kind of see how it starts.
What's up everyone, Chris Record here, and
okay, so that seems fine. So there's a few things we could do with this file to make it a little bit better. First, we're gonna click on it. Make sure you have it selected. So the very first thing is you have fade in and fade out. So if I click this fade in up button, look at this, look at the bottom left, you'll see becomes this like little triangle, this little like fade right here. So that's gonna kind of slow, so it doesn't abruptly just start. Let's listen now.
What's up everyone, Chris Record.
See how it kind of, I'll play it again just in case you didn't hear that.
What's up everyone, Chris Record here, and
okay, so that's a good example. We just got some music in, and let's just kind of, now let's try to find the right volume for it. Let's zoom out and just let it play a little bit, and just try to see if we can find the right volume.
What's up everyone, Chris Record here, and welcome to Faceless Content Academy episode number 1.
And I'm just pressing down.
Today is the kickoff. We have a ton of people on live with us, and today we're going to be sharing a huge overview of pretty much everything that's going to be covered this entire week when it comes to Faceless
I think we're
marketing.
almost there.
So I've got some slides that I'm going to go through first, and then after the slides, I'm going to go ahead
And I'm
do
just pressing
kind of
this
a deep
down arrow
dive
up here.
and sharing my screen. My goal today at the end of this episode is that you understand what faceless marketing is, you understand how powerful it is, and you start to see the
That's
big
sounding pretty
picture
good
of
right
what
there. Minus 23.5 is where I ended up. And I just was kind of hitting the down arrow while it was playing to kind of feel it out.
The end of this
So let's go to the beginning and kind of hear how it starts.
What's up, everyone? Chris Record here, and welcome to Faceless Content Academy episode.
Now it's got some emotion to it, right? So now let's go to the end. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I like to do at the end to create some energy. So let's zoom in here and let's create like kind of an outro with this music. So let's find like a little place here and let's listen to the music real quick.
That are generic and no one even knows it's you.
Okay, no one even knows it's you. So let's start here. No one even knows it's you, right? So this little marker right here where I just finished my last word, I'm selecting the audio file. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit this keyframe. Boom, right there at the top. Then I'm going to go forward, like let's say a little bit more to like right here. And then I'm going to hit another keyframe. Boom. And then I'm going to go kind of like down here towards the end of this little outro thing. And I'm going to hit another, I'm going to make sure it's selected. Boom. And then I'm going to hit another keyframe. Okay, just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll cut it. I'll end the clip right there. The audio shouldn't go on past that little outro. So I have 3 keyframes. I have one here near the end. And I have 2 here. One here and one here. Now, the reason I made those keyframes is because this one right here, this keyframe on this little spot right here, I can now actually click on the audio file and I can actually turn up the volume right there just on that keyframe. And notice the volume file. Look at that volume file. See how it's going up? I can turn up the volume to kind of, what it's going to do is going to ramp up the sound of the volume. Let's maybe make it like minus 10, okay, right around there. Now let's listen. It's going to kind of ramp up the volume. Let's hear it at the end.
Generic and no one even knows it's you.
See how it kind of ramped up the volume at the end and it starts fading out because it's going to go back down to the normal. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll click on this and I'll actually give it a fade out like this, kind of maybe that amount right there. So, and also this keyframe, if you're like, hey, I think we can get even louder. I think we could pump it up at the end and kind of get it like really, really good. You could actually even make it a little bit louder. You can kind of now look at this wave file. It's just kind of creating like an arch. You know, maybe we'd go to 5. And let's kind of listen to this end here and let's see how it sounds with the volume ramp at the end.
Multiple brands that are generic and no one even knows it's you.
There you go. And you could just do this with whatever you want. You can basically volume ramp the end of the music. And you could also extend this out if you really wanted to kind of ride that out. And you could also make multiple slides. So you can make a call to action could be multiple things up here, and this could do anything. Now with this thing right here, you can also kind of like mess with it. You could change it out, you can mess with it. But the point is now we have an actual edited video. Is there more things we could do to it? Absolutely. But do we really need to do more things? No. So let's just go ahead and we've got our out point right there. And if we go to the beginning, let's let it play there at the end real quick. Okay. If we go to the beginning over here, we obviously have our end point. So right now, we have a 3.5 minute clip that has all kinds of captions and it's good. The only one thing I would do before exporting is I would probably do a once over check of the captions. So what I would do there, again, same thing with like cleaning up the little blank space. I would start at the beginning and just start pressing the down arrow. And then I would look at the caption, what's up everyone? And I would just really quickly try to give it a once over. Imagine you're like, let's say writing a book, you're an author. You're gonna want somebody to kind of proofread it just in case you have some spelling mistakes. Or imagine like you're writing out an email autoresponder. It would be nice to like proofread it just a little bit. So as I'm pressing the down arrow, Chris Record here, maybe it didn't spell my name right. Okay, so I'm just pressing the down arrow and welcome to Faceless Content Academy. So I'm not trying to spend too much time on this and I'm not trying to be a perfectionist, but I'm just looking to see if I can catch a mistake. So let's go down. Episode number 1. Today's the kickoff, ton of people live with us. Today we're gonna be sharing a huge overview of pretty much everything that's gonna be covered this entire week when it comes to faceless marketing, some slides. I'm just glancing and going through really quick and just trying to see if there's any word that definitely needs to be fixed. because you can't imagine auto captions are going to be perfect. Now, again, I'm not worrying right now with this type of clip. I'm not worrying about the sentences being perfect. I'm just right now just looking for any sort of big mistakes that are like embarrassing or just something that's way off. That's all I'm doing. So I'm just kind of going through and looking at it and just checking to see if there's anything big. So I'll go through the whole file like this, just pressing the down arrow and just glancing. Okay, you see how fast I'm going through? I'm just glancing right now for like any sort of big word that stands out to me that's obviously not what I want there. And I'm not worried about little things. I'm not going to be a perfectionist with a video like this. If this were a short, if this were like a 30-second video or a 60-second video, absolutely. I'm going to go through and be a little bit of a perfectionist. But right now, I'm not really worried about it. I just want to make sure there's not like saying some weird word. Like right there it said copyright infringing, right? What if it just said like some weird thing instead? Okay, but just so far it looks pretty good. I'm speaking clear. It's picking me up. You know, like, okay, for example, let's say right here, let's say it said stripping is one of the biggest trends in 2023, right? Stripping is one of the biggest trends. I may then fix that to make sure it said clipping. That would be an example. So I'm just kind of looking real quick, glancing through anyways, and that's what I would do. Once I kind of have it, I'm going to just take a quick glance at a glance here. So I have a filter, I have captions, I have the main clip of what I want to use. I've got some AI music, I've got a speed ramp, and I've got an outro. And who cares right now about, you can make it all better, but now just make sure you have an in marker, and then at the end, make sure you have an out marker, and then you're just going to go over to export, and then you're just going to name this, whatever you want to call it. Let's say 3.5 minute intro, faceless, final, or whatever. And then video exporting, and click export. It's going to export it just like this right in front of you. And you've got it. You got yourself a clip, right? So, and it's okay to do a wide clip. Now with the new video funnels that's going to be releasing, if you're watching this on demand, it may already be out. The new video funnels will allow you to be able to upload this to YouTube unlisted and then upload it to your video funnels.
Chris Record here, and welcome to Faceless.
So let me stop sharing and let's talk about that for a minute really quick. So let's talk about this clip we just did. These are called samples. They're some of the easiest clipping to do. You don't have to worry about anything fancy, right? I left it in wide format. I didn't clip anything out. I just found a start point and a stop point. 3.5 minutes is absolutely a very good sample to hand out. It just gives them a little bit of an appetite. It gives you a free video that you can give away. The new video funnels allows you to embed wide videos. It allows you to be able to have a call to action link below it. It allows you to be able to add text, title, everything. So you'll be able to build a video funnels page and embed this video. So instead of loading it, instead of uploading it the way that you currently do, you're going to be able to go to Vimeo, or you're going to be able to go to YouTube. YouTube is free, right? Go to YouTube, upload the video unlisted. Unlisted means it's not going to show on your channel. You don't need to worry about that. Just upload it unlisted, and then grab the URL to the video, go to video funnels, and just paste it. Boom. This will now be unlisted. You have now just created a free giveaway. So you need to think, how can I create a whole bunch of different variety of giveaways that I can sort of give away to be able to encourage people to see if they're interested in this type of training or this type of topic. Now, maybe this giveaway works really well. Maybe it doesn't. But I'm able to create this just while teaching you. I think you guys will learn how to be able to create these pretty quickly. You get one, you load it up on video funnels, you leak it out, and you just start to see. Maybe you got to change the call to action. Maybe you got to figure it out. Then you go back to that full episode 1 you downloaded, and you go clip out another section, right? Now let's go to another section. And now you can clip out, maybe you can find where I'm talking about the 4 biggest obstacles that hold people back. And then you can clip that section, go to another section. And then maybe in the midst of this, I'm just talking and I'm just kind of talking to the camera. I'm not sharing the whiteboard. I'm not sharing the screen. I'm just talking to the camera and I'm saying some motivational stuff. And it's just like a minute or 2 long. And you're like, whoa, I can clip that and make that one a viral short, right? So you can take these files. The reason I'll let you download them is you could be an artist with them. You can find samples in them. You can find shorts in them. You can find, trainings that you're going to be able to use. And you could do a lot of stuff. You can actually put in your own intro. For example, I had Steve and Rachel out in the pregame. Steve and Rachel has a nice little home setup. He's got a nice quality camera. He's got a little like office he works out of, and he live streams a lot. So maybe Steven comes on and says, something like this. What's up, you guys? Steve and Rachel here. And today I'm actually going to talk to you about how to build a faceless channel and be able to use that to market. And before I get started with this, I'm going to share a clip with you from this academy we recently did. But before I do, I just want to break this down. Listen, faceless marketing is the future. You can set up channels without using your own face, without using your own voice, without using your own brand. No one even knows it's you. And then you can post content, other people's content to these channels, and it can go viral. And so I've teamed up with somebody who's actually a 7-figure earner in the industry who's teaching people how to build out these faceless channels. And what I've done for you today is I've actually taken a snippet of one of his trainings that I got permission that I'm gonna give to you for free. So I'm gonna play that in just a second. But what I'm saying is if you have an interest in this, watch this clip and then get back in touch with me. I'll actually give you another clip that goes in even more training, show you how to be able to watch all of his game, everything that he's teaching. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the clip, which is Introduction to Faceless Marketing. Let's go. Now, Steven could do something like that on the front end. Then at the end, instead of using a simple text on the screen, he comes back in, hey, what's up? Steven here again. That was just a sample, you guys. That was just a quick clip. Wanted to share that with you. Just want to let you guys know the kind of game that we're putting people on. If you have an interest in this, I got another video. It's about 5 minutes long. That's kind of like a part 2. Just let me know. DM me back. Let me know. I'll get you on that as well. So what you could do is if you want to do personality style branding, you could add a little video to the front and the end. And that would actually make it more like your content, more your brand and stuff like that. Now, let's take it a step further. Let's say you're not like Steve and Rachel. You don't got that gift of gab. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's be honest, he kind of has the gift of gab, right? Same with Mike Known. I would say Mike Known, you guys don't get to hear from him enough. Mike Known would actually be good at doing those little intros and stuff like that. But let's say you don't really have that. Then why not use an AI avatar? Create a little AI avatar, write a little script, and the AI avatar comes on and says, welcome, my name is John. I'm an AI avatar and I build faceless channels on the internet, and the platforms pay my creator money for all of my videos. If you're interested in learning how to be able to do faceless channels just like this using talking AI avatars just like me, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share a 3.5-minute clip from somebody who's out there teaching exactly how to create me and how to be able to create faceless channels. And at the end of the video, if you're interested in watching the entire presentation, just respond back to this, leave me, or just click the link below this video and you'll be able to watch the full presentation. Enough with me, let's go ahead and roll the clip. You could just have like an AI avatar do that intro. And then the AI avatar could do the outro. So you don't have to use yellow text that just flies in and stuff like that. That stuff really honestly doesn't even work. It's just something. It's just showing you like what's possible, right? I need you all to be a little creative. You cannot all just be clones. You can't all just do the same thing. If everybody took that same clip and everybody did the same exact thing, then it just sort of saturates, right? But if you can find little creative angles and creative ideas, you could do a whole lot more than even what I'm showing you now. But I'm giving you permission to go through 20, 30, 40, 50 hours worth of content and be able to have at it and be able to give it away. Just don't give the full videos away. Clip out little clips. And so what I want to do is I want to walk you through a few different things. We can go to the whiteboard. I'm going to walk you through a few different ways that you can use these clips. Let me go a little bit further. Okay, here's a few different ways that you can use these clips, okay? So number one, okay, let's go YouTube. Okay, we're going to talk about YouTube first. There's really 2 different ways you can use this, right? You could use YouTube public, and then you could use YouTube unlisted. Let's talk about both of these, public and unlisted on YouTube. Now, if you did the video that I just gave an example of with Steven, where you're personalizing it, you're almost kind of reviewing the video, you're, in a way, there's a lot of channels on YouTube that do this. They actually do share other people's content, but they'll kind of like make it a little bit more personal to their audience. If you're doing that, then I don't really have a problem with it being public, okay? In which case, if you go the public route with this content, definitely make sure you're not giving away too much game, but also at the same time, definitely make sure that you're not giving away too little. So if you're going YouTube public, you're probably going to need to be in about the 5 to 12 minute range, okay, is my guess. 5 to 12. 5 to 12 minutes for a video. Should you be posting 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour? Probably not, because at that point, really all you're just doing is you're just kind of, at that point, leeching and taking away from the community, right? So if you're going to be sharing this stuff, then I would say be respectful to the other community members. If you're just throwing it all on there, then it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense. I would say like 15 minutes probably max. And if I'm spending 30 minutes sharing something and it's like, man, you can't find that cutoff date, don't be afraid to just cut it off and just throw a little outro on there that just says, hey, this is part of a full 5-day academy. If you want access to a whole entire 5-day academy for as little as $5, click the link in the description. Don't be afraid to cut it off, because what you've done is you've opened a loop. You've opened an idea. You've opened a strategy, and now people need the rest of it, right? So if you can't find the cutoff point, it's fine to just abruptly find a point where it's like, I'm about to give some crazy answer. Okay, now these are the 5 most important things that you need to do to make sure that your YouTube video succeeds. Cut. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to cut it. So if you're going to go public, try to give at least maybe at the low end would be 3 and high end be 15 minutes, but don't do too much, because otherwise you're probably going to, the rule of thumb is give enough game, give away enough value that the clip itself is very, very much worth it to the viewer. Okay, very, very much worth it. That's if you're going to go public. But I would highly encourage that you personalize it some way, somehow, to be able to fit the theme for a channel, not just an anonymous channel that's just leaking out our stuff. That's what I would do public. Now, the easier path right here would be unlisted. If it's unlisted, you don't really need to worry about any sort of personalization or anything like that. If it's unlisted and it's not public on YouTube, kind of gloves off, hands off. You can kind of do a lot more flexibility. I don't really care as much about the length. Just don't do the whole clip and don't go too crazy. But if it's unlisted and it's not public, you're not really causing really any harm to the rest of the community by sharing it. So I wouldn't care if you did 30 minutes or something like that, if you really felt like that's what was needed. If you went in and grabbed a clip that was 30 minutes out of an hour, hour and a half, or 2-hour training, and that really was super valuable and that's what you wanted to give away, make sure it's unlisted. Okay, make sure that it's unlisted. All right, let's go down. Number 2. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook. Now, Facebook is a little bit different than YouTube. With YouTube, and let me kind of maybe make some notes over here. With YouTube on the public side, I'm gonna teach it. I don't care, I'm gonna teach it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here. Just make sure, you guys, that I teach the 4 T's. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. If you're gonna go YouTube public, you have to pretty much follow the 4 T's in order to be effective on YouTube. Facebook's different. I'm gonna come back to that, don't worry. Facebook, the videos, no one's searching and finding videos on Facebook, right? On YouTube, videos start off kind of YouTube, they kind of start off kind of slow, and then over time they just gain like that, right? Facebook, though, they just kind of start high and then die like that. So it's just different. YouTube is like a long game where 3 years from now, people are going to still be watching the video you uploaded. But Facebook is it just dies, right? You get this initial spike usually, and then it just dies. So what you want to do is let me make sure. Okay, I want to make sure. So what you want to do is on Facebook, you want to focus more on probably loading it up to a page or a profile. Okay, a page or a profile. Profile is your personal profile. That's where all your friends are. Page would be a fan page, right? Something that maybe has to do with if you're using our videos, entrepreneurship, motivation, mindset, success, industry specific stuff. But there's a little bit of a difference here. On a page, you could actually boost it with ads, right? You can boost it. On a profile, it's pretty much just going to show the percentage of your friends. So your path is going to be a little bit different. So a good way to look at page versus profile is essentially friends versus strangers. Okay, so friends is your profile, and strangers is your page. Okay, so friends versus strangers. So how I would create content would be different if I was sharing it with a friend than if a stranger was going to see it. If I was sharing it with a friend, then that person probably already knows who I am, maybe likes me, maybe trusts me. You know, there's already something built there. So I'm just going to say something along the lines of like, I might do an intro like this. Hey guys, Chris here, and in this video I'm going to share with you that I've been attending a couple of academies recently that teach how to be able to make money online. And one of the things that they teach is how to be able to create faceless social media accounts where you can load other people's content and it goes viral, like hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok, and no one even knows it's you. The platforms pay you, and then also you promote affiliate programs with it. I've been studying this, and I asked if I could share a clip with my friends, and I got permission. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and play a clip that's going to give you an overview of faceless marketing. And I think if you guys are interested in this, send me a DM. Just shoot me a DM and just say you're interested, and I'll go ahead and give you like more of the full content, and just let me know what you guys think. I think this stuff's really cool, and I'm glad I'm able to share it with you. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and roll the clip. And then I would do a little intro like that to my friends, and then just roll the clip. Okay. Now, and then at the end say, hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you guys want more training like this, just shoot me a DM. It's very friendly. It's very approachable. That's what I'm going to do to my personal profile on Facebook. That is going to get results when you just speak very friendly to people and you're just giving away value. You're not pitching anything. You're not selling anything. You're not telling people it's $20 a month. You're not selling anything. You're not even mentioning Atlas. You're not even mentioning internet income system. You're not mentioning video funnels. You're not throwing up on them. Throwing up on people does not work. And by the way, maybe you guys have tried throwing up and you guys know it doesn't work. So with friends, you're going to be just more personal and just deliver some value. With strangers, that wouldn't work. No stranger is going to care who you are, right? So with strangers, it's more like what's in it for them. So with strangers, you got to be more, and also their time is like super aggressive. So with strangers, you got to get their attention like immediately. So it's going to be something a little bit more like this. Okay, first thing, skip who I am. No one cares who I am. So I'm going to say something like, in the next 5 minutes, you're going to learn exactly how to set up a faceless channel on TikTok that can get hundreds of thousands of views. And in the next 3.5 minutes, you're going to learn step by step exactly what to do in today's video. Roll the clip. Do you see what I'm saying? Give some sort of immediate what's in it for them. You know, or maybe even do a little intro that starts with something that shows a viral video. So it might say something like this. Have you ever wondered how faceless channels like this and like this get hundreds of thousands or even millions of views and no one even knows who they are and they're getting paid to do so? In today's video, we've got about 3.5 minutes of training to show you exactly how to do that. Roll the clip. So what you're doing is you're teasing them right up front with something very, very powerful. That's going to work for strangers. So when you're going to profiles like Facebook, you've got your friends and then you got strangers. You kind of want to do that. When you're going to YouTube, then people are used to consuming longer form content. You still need to apply the 4 T's, but it'll kind of work. And then of course, TikTok would be like shorts, okay? Now we're going back to like yesterday's training. So let's do the 4 T's, and I'm kind of running out of time. So let's call this the 4 T's of YouTube. Maybe we'll do this as like a full training another time, but here's the 4 T's of YouTube, and you have to do these if you want stuff to go successful on YouTube. And I've had millions and millions of views. I think combined like 10, 20 million views on my YouTube channels. I've got channels over 50,000 subs, another channel over 100,000 subs. So I'm not the biggest on YouTube, but I know, getting the plaque from YouTube for subscribers. I got a plaque, right? I don't even know where it is. I didn't even care about it. They sent me a plaque. To get a plaque, you have to figure some things out. So I figured some things out, right? So I think I could teach on this a little bit. These are the 4 T's of YouTube. You guys ready? This is the important. I go through this order when I think of things, right? Here we go. You guys are going to like this. I'll have to do this another time. First is the thumbnail. I spelled this wrong. I'm going to fix it. There we go. Thumbnail. Next is going to be the title. Next is going to be the teaser. And next is going to be the treasure. Okay. So, thumbnail, title, teaser, treasure. Thumbnail, title, teaser, treasure. Thumbnail, title, teaser, treasure. So the very first thing people look at on YouTube, the very first thing that gets attention is the thumbnail. So if you're going to be marketing on YouTube with content on faceless channels, doesn't matter. You've got to get good at thumbnails, okay? We'll have to teach this another time. I don't really have time to put you on game, but you've got to get good at thumbnails. Now, my process is I will usually take like a screenshot from the video if I can, and then I run it through an AI tool, right? I run it through an AI tool, which basically or like one of those graphic programs which like adds filters, something, I just use an AI tool because this takes seconds, but something that like makes the image pop. Like it takes the image and like makes it Hollywood style, right? And then what I'll do is I'll load it into Canva and I'll put some like hard hitting text graphics on it, right? I'll use one of the preset templates, put some hard hitting text. So I've got some cool image with some good text next to it. And there's just lots of different variations of this. I actually have some YouTube thumbnails sitting around here. Here's one right here. Let me give you an example. I got it on a canvas. So this one right here was Entrepreneurs Got Choices. Mike, let's go out to the main camera maybe. Yeah, there we go. Entrepreneurs Got Choices. There we go. So this right here was a thumbnail. It's got a big image on it of me that I took as a screenshot. And then it's got Entrepreneurs Got Choices in a very clear font. When this is visible on YouTube, it works. Now, that's not even one of my best ones. I just had this one. It's a song that did millions of views, and I just have like wall art everywhere. But what I'll do is like, I'll take like an image that's like very, very powerful like that. Some type of thumbnail, and you could put outlines on them. We could do a whole graphics presentation on thumbnails, but the thumbnail has to be catchy, right? After the thumbnail, the next thing is the title. So the thumbnail, okay, people do things off of emotion, but they justify things off of logic, right? Like if they go buy a TV, emotion is going to want them to get the biggest and best TV. Like, oh my God, the 100-inch TV with all these features. Logic, though, they're going to have to be sold on it with like price and stuff like that, right? So literally, title is where they justify the video. So the thumbnail gets their attention. The title, they're going to glance at to see if that title is good. You have to get good at copywriting and have a good title. Next, teaser. People have short attention spans. Right in the beginning of the video, you got to start with something powerful. A lot of times, like I used to do vlogs, I would take whatever the best clip of the vlog was and I'd put it up front and start off with that, and then I'd get into my vlog, right? So it'd instantly show them what's coming. So you can start to watch, like if you look at like Mr. Beast or any of these videos, they're immediately, right at the beginning, they're trying to hook you in and draw you in to want to watch the whole video because they want to get as much watch time as possible. The teaser, there has to be something in the beginning. You have to fight for their attention. You cannot just make a video. You have to fight for their attention. So what you want to do is you want to get good at adding, in front of these little clip videos, adding something in the beginning that draws them in, that hooks them in. And you can Google articles on how to write hooks or how to create hooks for YouTube. You could even ask ChatGPT for ideas, but you need a teaser. And you need to tease them about something they're going to learn. And then last is the treasure. Now, usually the treasure needs to go further in the video. If it's a 10-minute video, put the treasure like 7 minutes in. The treasure is what they've been waiting for. So for example, as I wrap up today, I'm talking about the 4 T's of YouTube, right? So what if in the beginning, what if I start off the video, we end the video right now, right? And I edited the beginning. In the beginning, I could say something like, Today, I'm gonna teach you how to clip other people's content, load it up on YouTube, and get hundreds of thousands of views. But in order to do so, you've gotta follow these 4 T's. Boom, and then it cuts, does a little intro, plays the video, and then it saves the 4 T's. So they are gonna learn the 4 T's, right? And then what I might even do is I might even take like some Post-it notes and cover these up and say, you've got to learn these 4 T's, which I'm going to reveal to you in just a minute. And then it just cuts to like a little thing. And then this is going to come. But I would put it, if I were doing a video, the 4 T's of YouTube, whatever, I would try to put this a little bit into the video. Now, I've got to try to earn their attention the whole way through. So when you're using other people's content, what you want to do is try to come up with some sort of hook in the intro, and then whatever the main thing is that they're going to learn, that becomes the treasure. If you do thumbnail, title, teaser, treasure, you have a lot of possibility to be able to go viral on YouTube. All right, what'd you guys think? I think I went over a little bit, but I don't mind going over a little bit. Was it worth $1, you guys? How do we do? Did we hit the benchmark? We set this benchmark for each training to be worth $1. I'll train on this stuff more another time. Was it worth $1? Was it worth $1? I see someone with their hands up. We don't do questions on the live sessions. We don't do questions on the main sessions. We do them on the pregame. So I don't do any questions right now. We do those during the pregame. All right, y'all. I really enjoyed today. Today was fun. I think that there was valuable pregame. I think there was a valuable lesson. I think at the end of the day, we're out here and we're just having fun. We're making money. We're making a difference. Somebody put it out earlier and somebody was answering like, why does Chris do this? And somebody said, I think it's Chris doing philanthropy. And I think that really does sum up, in my opinion, better than anything why I'm doing this, is that it's kind of like sometimes in people in life, like maybe somebody who's been successful goes through an era where like all they do is they work on like a foundation or they work on like a charity or something like that. I feel like in a way that's kind of what this is to me. It's like, this is my chance to be able to be more philanthropic and to be able to pay it forward more and to be able to help more people. That's sort of why I'm pouring myself out like this every single day. I think that philanthropic is really the word that describes it the best. Sure, we make some money doing it, but there's just other better ways to make money that, I could get a lot more breathing room. So to go at this pace every single day for you guys and deliver, it really is because it's philanthropic. I'm really here to serve this community, this family. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. So I will see you to wrap things up on Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Yo, you want your content to grow? Like a pro? Then you gotta use a video. Got a side hustle making dough? Then you gotta use a video. Wanna run ads to your stove? Then you gotta use a video. And if you wanna edit like a pro, then you gotta use a video. Step 1, lights, camera, action. I'ma show you how to cash in on your passion. Captions on my videos, time for magic. I'm attracting clicks with calls to action. Step 2, now I'm making moves on YouTube with a video to boost my views. I can't lose. Let's choose the best tools professionals use. What I'm trying to tell you is success leaves clues. Step 3 for the entrepreneurs like me, posting video memes on their Instagram feeds. Oh please, I don't even use Adobe. I'ma edit like a vet within video. It's easy. Oh, it's time to record like a pro. Make a solo video from my iPhone, then I upload the file right to InVideo with an animated logo for my intro. Yo, you want your content to grow? Like a pro? Then you gotta use a video. Got a side hustle making dough? Then you gotta use a video. Wanna run ads to your stove? Then you gotta use a video. And if you wanna edit like a pro, then then you gotta use in video. Step 5, I'm catching the vibe. Open up the laptop, time to go live. Spit fire to inspire change in these lives. Then I drag and drop files to my hard drive. Step 6, time to pick some templates. I'ma fix my videos, get them looking real sick. Practice my tactics with practical tips, like this text I just mixed on top of all my graphics. Step 7, I got a call to action with an end screen popping. I'ma add some captions, I'm a content king. Done with practice, time to monetize views. Google AdSense. But wait, don't forget step 8, I'ma animate Instagram ads that I make. When they swipe up, they wind up on my capture page. Buying up my lineup, now I'm getting paid. Yo, you want your content to grow like a pro? Then you gotta use in video. Got a side hustle making dough? Then you gotta use in video. Wanna run ads to your stove? Then you gotta use in video. And if you wanna edit like a pro, then you gotta use in video.